Hello, everybody. It's Eva here. I hope you're having a wickedly awesome day. I had a few free minutes and I just wanted to check in with all of you lovely folks and just address some really common misunderstandings that I hear from parents around sleep work and what it takes to get your little one sleeping properly at nighttime. Something that my kids are now 6 and 4, but when they were a little bit younger, when they were 3 and 1, or even 2 and a half and a baby, and the baby was sleep trained by that point, so many people would come up to me and say, "Wow, you are so lucky that your kids go to bed so easily and that they sleep through the night and you get to wake up so well rested the next day. You are so lucky." Here's the thing. The fact that my kids at that age were going to sleep at bedtime nicely and sleeping straight through the night had absolutely nothing to do with luck. I mean, listen, you need a little bit of luck in life. I'm not taking away from that. The fact that my kids were healthy is obviously goes without saying. We feel very blessed for that and made it possible for my kids to actually sleep well. Though at the end of the day, once you're dealing with a healthy child or a healthy baby, it's not luck that makes or breaks whether or not your little one sleeps properly at night. It's the hard work, the consistency, the determination. Do you have your baby on a good routine, on a good schedule? Do you have a good bedtime routine in place with an early bedtime? Is your little one going down awake? Are you consistent? And this is all something that is so doable. Listen, the first few months of life, when you've got a little newborn at home, yeah, you definitely rely on more luck than anything else, I suppose, to get your little one sleeping properly. But once they get a little bit older, it's not so much luck. It really is more your mindset and your priorities. You're going, okay, is sleep something that I want to prioritize? Is it important enough to me and to my family for my little one to go to bed nicely and sleep as best as he or she can possibly sleep at night so that everyone wakes up as well rested as possible the next day? And if you're all nodding your head going, yes, this is a huge, massive priority, then here's the good news, folks. Your little ones are healthy. This is very, very doable. And it doesn't require luck. And it doesn't require sleepy dust falling from the sky to get your little one sleeping. You need to understand the sleep science. You got to make sure that your little one is sleeping well during the day. You want to have a proper plan in place and remain consistent with it. And I'll tell you, it's likely going to involve making sacrifices. And this is something that we had to do both short term when we were sleep training and in the long run when it came to maintaining my little one's wickedly awesome sleep, because my younger one, just like many other babies, would not sleep well at night if she skipped a nap. And so that did involve making sacrifices. That would involve us leaving events early, leaving functions early, because sorry, my little one has to take a nap, or sorry, my little ones have to go to sleep early. And it just became part of our life. Or sometimes if it was a function that was most important, that was important enough for us to attend, then we'd get a babysitter. We'd figure something out, or one of us would stay and one of us would go, or vice versa. You come up with a creative solution. But to us, it wasn't a sacrifice, because the benefits of leaving that function early to be home in time for nap time or be home in time for bedtime were so unbelievably worthwhile, because guess what? It meant that I had my evening. So what did that mean? I could go to the gym. I could get my nails done. No, I need to get my nails done. So maybe I'm going to go tonight, because guess what? My kids go to bed at 7:30. Maybe it meant that I can binge watch Netflix for 4 hours. I can do whatever the heck I want to do because I've prioritized my little one's sleep. And as a result, I have my evenings. It also meant that I had my nights, and that I didn't, for the most part, barring anything extenuating, never had to worry about my older baby and my toddler or my preschooler waking up for reasons that I wasn't able to understand. That just wasn't happening in our house because of our sacrifices and because of what we had prioritized, which is sleep. That was the life that we were able to have when our little ones were younger. Now, granted, they're older, they're 4 and 6, no one's napping anymore. So it definitely makes life much easier to plan. There's no nap time to have to work around. They both definitely need their earlier bedtime. But when you don't have naps to work around, I will admit that it is much, much easier. But I will tell you that we spent quite a bit of time constantly planning our day around naps. But you know what? It was awesome because the pros definitely outweigh the cons. And look, I know this isn't for everybody. You know, for some people, they really prioritize their freedom and being able to do what they want whenever they want, and they bring their kids with them, and it works. And maybe their little ones aren't sleeping as well at night as they could be, but they don't mind, and that's okay, right? You know, this isn't for everyone, and everyone's different, and that's what makes the world go round, right? Tamir was just saying this just made me realize it's nap time. Yes, absolutely. I will say on a side note, I do not know how I would have functioned as a mother with 2 little kids at home without a consistent nap time. Nap time to me, it's like God telling you as a young mom, here you go. I love you. I care about you. It's nap time. You get time to yourself now to rejuvenate, to recoup, to literally do whatever you want other than play with your kids because you need a break. So I really don't know how I would have been able to function without a proper, consistent nap time with my little ones sleeping in their own separate sleep spaces on a daily basis. So I'm just going to put that out there. If your baby isn't sleeping, or your toddler or your preschooler is not sleeping nearly as well as you know that he or she could, your little one is not an alien. I know I've said this before, but I want to say it again. He's not an alien. It's not because he's incapable of sleeping. Look, do some kids need a little bit more sleep than others? Absolutely. Are some kids more easygoing than others? Absolutely. Are some babies and some toddlers easier to sleep train and easier to make changes with than others? 1,000%. But even if you have the most strong-willed baby that you think is never going to give in, I'm telling you, with the right plan in place, you can do this. You can get your evening back. You can get nap time back. You can get your evening at the gym, or your evening manicure, or your evenings binge watching Netflix, doing whatever you'd like to do with the right plan in place, because when your baby reaches a certain point, he or she is perfectly capable of giving you probably much better sleep than you might be getting right now. So, as I said, if your baby was overtired, then no amount of sleep training is going to work. So if you've tried sleep training in the past and it didn't work, again, it's not your fault. It's not because your baby is incapable of sleep training necessarily. It's really just because there are so many things that need to be properly in place in order for a baby to be able to sleep well. Namely, you need to have the sleep science lined up. You need to have those naps lined up, proper wake windows in place, so that your little one is not the least bit overtired. And then once you have that all down pat, implementing the sleep training plan is very, very possible, and it should not involve hours of crying. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts. If it's done properly, should not involve hours and hours of crying. And so with that in mind, I've got an awesome group of moms right now in my Sleep Bible program making some amazing, remarkable changes to their little one's sleep patterns so that they can get back to the gym in the evenings, so that they can get a consistent night's sleep again. And I would love for more of you to come and join us so that I can help you get there as well. So I'm going to post a link to where you can find more information all about my Sleep Bible program. If any of you have any questions at all, please post below. And within the next few days, I'm going to go on live again. I'm going to talk a little bit more about what this sleep science might look like, and so that you have a better idea in terms of the amount of sleep that your baby might need and how often he or she might need to be sleeping. So I hope that was helpful, everyone, and that you have a wonderful day and hopefully wonderful nights. Take care.